An explorer on the ice field suddenly felt the urge to pee. He found a quiet corner and unzipped his pants. To his shock, his urine was like acid, instantly corroding the ice and creating a deep hole. Curious, he poked the edge of the hole with his cane. Unexpectedly, the ice began to collapse. As cracks spread rapidly, he panicked and scrambled backward. But as soon as he turned around, the ice behind him gave way with a loud crash. He quickly grabbed onto the sled, his legs dangling over the bottomless abyss. His teammates, realizing something was wrong, rushed over and grabbed the sled's rope. But with the combined weight of the man and the sled, they couldn't pull him up. Looking down at the deep chasm, the man kicked his legs, trying to climb up. Unfortunately, he lost his grip and almost fell, barely catching the rope in time. His teammates didn't dare pull too hard. One wrong move, and the rope could snap. Just then, one teammate crawled to the edge and threw down another rope. The man wasted no time grabbing it. Everyone pulled with all their strength, and at last, he was rescued. The expedition team narrowly escaped disaster. After saving him, they walked cautiously, taking each step carefully. A month later, they finally reached the South Pole, becoming the first humans to set foot there. When they returned home, they became national heroes. The government awarded them medals and held a grand celebration. Before the banquet even ended, a high-ranking official announced in front of reporters that they would immediately be sent to the North Pole. Hearing this, the man's heart sank. He knew the North Pole was far more dangerous. No one had ever returned alive. But with so many reporters watching, he had no choice but to accept the mission. Soon, they gathered all necessary supplies and set off for the Arctic. However, as soon as their expedition ship entered the Arctic Circle, it became frozen in ice, turning into a giant ice sculpture. They stayed on the ship for a month, but the ice showed no signs of melting. With their food supply running low, they decided to break the ice and try fishing. But the Arctic ice was too hard. No matter how much they hammered, it didn't even crack. Then, disaster struck. The man accidentally fell off the ship, breaking his arm in the process. But the worst was yet to come. The Arctic was dangerous not just because of the extreme cold. One day, while he was sending a distress signal to the base, a terrifying roar suddenly echoed outside. It was a polar bear. Sensing danger, the man bolted out of the tent without a second thought. Do you think he can survive the Arctic expedition?